I love hot dogs like any other American. I love football like any other American, but I don't love segregation. I don't love riots. I don't love oppression. I love gender slandering, and I just want to see people have the equality that they deserve, and I want to be able to use this platform to continuously push the message of that.
All right, Cowherd, should the NFL be concerned with the continuing anthem protests?
Well, whether they are or not, they better get used to it, because there's two groups of people in this country that are young and wealthy: Silicon Valley and sports, and they both want to be heard, and you're not going to mute it. Social media has changed everything. I know what my mailman thinks. I know what my school teacher thinks. I know what my golf pro, if I was a golfer, although I look like a golfer today, thinks. This is the reality. This is the new world. When you go to an airport now, they're checking for everything. They didn't used to. If you're not comfortable with young people of wealth, pro sports in Silicon Valley having an opinion, you're going to live a terribly uncomfortable life. This is our new reality.
It is our new reality. If I'm the NFL, I'm very concerned because, again, I think Michael Bennett, and I'll even toss Colin Kaepernick in there. I'm not sure about Marshawn Lynch. I think the well-intentioned, but the road to hell is paved with great intentions. And when you don't know what you're doing, and when you don't understand your history, and when you don't even understand the business that you're in, the National Football League is a television show. That's all it is. It's a television show. And these guys are off-brand. The National Football League has generated billions of dollars and become this unprecedented force in American culture because it has attached itself to patriotism.
It has.
And idealistic values. And no matter how you slice it, no matter how you explain it, when you sit down and take a knee during the national anthem, it lands as an unpatriotic move. That's how it's being interpreted, regardless of what your intentions are. They're off script, they're off brand, it's bad for business. There's a more effective way to get your point across, but like a lot of young people, you can't tell them anything.
I don't think that they should be concerned about it, and you say it doesn't matter what you're doing or why you're doing it, it's going to be taken as unpatriotic. I was in the press box at the Rams-Cowboys game. When the national anthem came on, sports writers were sitting, tweeting. They were doing what they were doing.
Not on camera.
But they're not deemed unpatriotic. It's a request. Please rise for the national anthem. It's a request. It's just a common practice. It doesn't mean, as Michael just said, that he hates the country.
Eric, you're having a semantical argument in terms of, you're right, in theory, everything you're saying. But how it lands with football fans, the paying customers, and the people that are watching on TV lands completely different than a laboratory theory.
Well, hold on, but there's an assumption, just like I heard you say that the players don't understand the business, they don't understand it's a TV show. There's an assumption that they don't. And as opposed to an assumption that they do. No, because they're doing this because Michael Bennett just said, he clearly stated how he feels about the country, how he feels about the military, but I'm doing this just to bring light to something. And every player is not going to do that.
I get it. But
what if you didn't air it? I'm just, to your point, which is it's bad, it's not on brand.
Yeah.
To your point is it's an option. What if the NFL just decided we're not going to televise the anthem?
They didn't always do it.
No, and the players a lot of times stayed in the locker room. Before 2009, they were in the locker room during the national anthem.
So if it is off-brand, don't televise that part of the brand.
That's where I would go.
I don't think that the NFL has to have any concern because this isn't going to stop consumers from watching NFL football games. It's not going to stop fans from going to NFL because they don't come to the NFL games to see players make a stand. They don't. But what players are doing, they understand this is an opportunity for me to stand up for what I believe in. And so when I continue to read it and continue to reverse, or not reverse, but listen to what Michael Bennett was saying, there was one word that he used that really stands out to me. He said, I'm making myself vulnerable. He understands that in itself lets me know I understand the pros and the cons of my stance. I understand the positives and the negative feedback that I may get, the ridicule that I may endure. but I have to provoke change and stir up the conversation of change, regardless of if is this the platform that everyone agrees that I should do it on. It's my greatest platform.
And wait, I hear what you're saying right there. You're saying it's ineffective, and that's the other reason I would say there's no reason for the league to be concerned about it. Because if it is ineffective as you're saying in trying to make that change, or even for working with the product or hurting the product, then it's going to lose its thunder. They're going to stop asking every single guy why you're sitting down and why you're doing it. It's gonna lose that if that's the case.
I personally think that the NFL should just stay neutral in this, because if they pick a side and they show that, you know, we're gonna support the players, they're gonna get ridiculed. And that we all understand that the NFL is all about.
One of my biggest complaints about athletics, particularly college athletics, is that athletes are not allowed to major in athletics and sports. And if we were properly educated about the history of these sports and how they became such mammoth cultural powerhouses. The NFL is the #1 TV show on 5 networks. That's unprecedented in the history of television, and this is off script. It's bad for TV. They don't understand why Michael Bennett's making all the money. There's been a strategic plan put in place for years, and this is off script. People don't understand it because they haven't taken the time to study these businesses. They don't know how we got here.
Okay.
This is off script. It's bad business.
Reality TV was off script. You used to script everything, and then we went to reality TV, and people went, whoa, it's too raw. And it took over American TV.
Not nearly as powerful as the National Football League.
Okay, LeBron James, when he left and said, I'm leaving Cleveland, that was off-brand. You don't leave your hometown team. I think off-brand forces leagues to digest it. Okay, we have a cultural shift here. And I think it creates discomfort, but I think this is the new reality with young people.
That's what it's different now.
And it's great. And the new reality might be that the NFL is less of a TV juggernaut in the aftermath of this.
That's possible.
And the new reality might be there'll be less money. Instead of $12 billion to cut up, there may only be $10 billion to cut up.
Possible.
And so the new reality might be that some of these players that are making a boatload of money, the people following behind them won't make as much. And if everybody's good with that and we agree on that,
and there's also a reality that you could be bringing in a new crop of fans that you didn't have because they feel the same way these players do.
All right, to Dallas, where Ezekiel Elliott